hurt people. Hurt people.
Hello my people, this is your boy here again, Harun on the mic, your number one positivity ambassador. Na nimeenda out of my way again. Lazima tungeendeleza ile topic tulikuwa nayo last week, all about mental health. Na continuing from the point we left from, lazima tuendeleze hii story, na ilikuwa story ya kubalance career ama ilikuwa kuhusu nini? Tuliachia wapi? Work and home. Yeah, so tulikuwa tunaingia story ya home sasa. Right? Yeah, and tuingie pale mtaani, unapata cause ni poa tuende to straight, tusiweke hawa wadau wakisikiza. Unapata home kuna kijana pale manze alijituma, akapata mama, akajituma tena, akapata mtoi. And all of a sudden sasa mambo ni kama hakuna attention anymore kwa hiyo nyumba, kila msee anakimbiza vitu zake. Focus ni mtoi. And you see now that happens, sasa kila msee anaanza kufeel ni kama manze niko left out. Ule mwingine ako left out. So in such a case, of course it's a transition kwa job, but ushawapea solution ya job. Job you have to start making the choice that now I'm moving to work. Hizo vitu nimeachia huko, nikirudi huko nitadeal nazo. So now ushatoka job, umesha deal nazo, the day was fine, you were able to conquer everything. Mental health yako, job ilikuwa poa. Now you're getting back home kwenye uliacha vitu haziko poa, so zikulia pause pale. Sasa umerudi kuendelea na play. So how are you supposed to handle that now? At the same time, I'm trying to bring this scenario, pia kuna mtu yako involved. Because at the end of the day, I don't think kuna mzazi anaweza taka shida yake ya akili transfer kwa mtoi. So you see, somehow I tend to feel like there's some bit of acting, but acting in terms of to show the child we are okay by there, we are okay, but fights mkienda huko ndani zinakuwa moto. So at what point do you learn how to manage that for purposes of your safety of your mind, you know? So hapo how do you go around that in terms of kusolve, not really could deal with that in a sober way without really harming yourself? Actually, that's the word.
For that I would say, you have to, people keep saying about mentors. I think you also need a mentor in terms of home and the responsibility as a woman, as a man, how you can get through it. A person who has done it, like either maybe your parents, if you don't have parents, maybe your aunt, someone with just a sober mind. Not just anyone. Again, someone with a sober mind that you can talk to be able to help you navigate. And the same way I had said, there is a transition. When you leave work, now you're coming home, kuna hiyo period, you use 30 minutes to get home, 45. Use that time to
watu wa dheka ni 2 hours.
Use that time to now I can say decompress. Breathe in, breathe out. Anza kuona unarudi nyumbani. Okay, niliacha hii na hii. Don't be anxious about it, because when you're saying okay, niliacha, nitafanya, no, you now you're calmly thinking, okay, niliacha hii, kulikuwa na shida, nitafanya nini? You're now bringing yourself to the mind of sikuacha chakula, maybe probably sina hata pesa nimerudi nayo, who can I go to in order to do that? And I hear even I think radio presenters wanasemanga, nikifika hapo kwa mlango yangu hapo, you see that welcome mat, hapo ndio naachanga shida, ama naachia kazi yangu hapo. How you dust your feet, unaacha hapo, because once you enter the home, your home should be your sanctuary, as people say. That is a place where your children are there, your wife, hata ya ametoka huko, hata yako na some emotions, na kwa sababu nyi wawili mliamua kuja pamoja to make that, to make that choice. Family, you made that choice. Now you also have to make that choice to bring peace and sanity in that home as well. Be it man or woman, you both are a collective, you should have collective responsibility. So the man should be the peace, ama the woman should be the peace. It should be you responsible for your peace, because one cannot move without the other.
It's true.
Yeah,
The same way you came in together and started
same
moving.
way you,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
leave your problems at the door. If there is an issue that you need to to settle, you can even call your wife outside, or for I am single, so I may not talk about marriage because I haven't
Yeah,
been there.
yeah.
So
We're
I'm
just trying to
yeah, we're just trying,
imagine, yeah.
we are just trying to imagine, and it's we're not telling you how you should conduct your marriage.
Did
You're
you
just
just say
saying
you are single?
I'm single. Yes.
Awe. Sitauliza kama ready to mingle. Hiyo ni wao wajiulizie.
I should say that so that people say, don't say I have not. Are you married? Do you have children?
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
either. But then I'm
Record
just saying,
straight.
yeah, even the married people, you are a person first before the marriage.
Yeah.
So your mental health should also be okay in order to deal with other people. I am talking now as an individual who is coming to the home to be a unit, that is the family. Yeah. So be okay with yourself so that you can add value when you get there at home. Because if you are stressed, if if you've not been able to deal with your emotional self, then what do you expect? There will be an explosion of feelings, explosion of I am not felt, I am not being heard. The other thing is also, so the two things is leave it at the door and also have someone that you can
Talking to.
because some things in the home might be unique to you. Yeah. So when you're having that person who has gone, people who have been married 20 years have seen it all. They might have seen it all. Yes. But have that someone who you can talk to. Mwambie, even ndio kuna happen. What can I do? Even if hata kuoffer any solution, maybe anaweza tu kuoffer a listening ear, of which that listening ear will help you move forward.
Because at the end of the day, ni kama human beings, we crave for attention.
Yes, we do. Most definitely we do.
Na ni dawa yenye watu huwa wana avoid ya kila kitu. Hata watu wakidate ni kitu kadogo lakini kanaweza unasikia manze hata hanisikizangi nikiongelesha sijui ananga time yangu. It's just because of that attention.
Yes.
The attention. And it heals a lot. I think it's also a good kadawa ya mental health, man. Mi kitu nimeget kwa history yote ni acceptance na manze lazima ubonge. Hauwezi saidika kama ubonge.
Hauwezi. Hiyo tusidanganyane. Hauwezi because hauwezi kuwa na the problem. Haujapata solution na unafikiri wewe ndio solution.
Hauwezi. Kwanza wewe tu ndio umepata hiyo problem.
Wewe ndio umepata problem, umeipata for maybe tuseme a month, haujapata solution. So unafikiri solution itatoka wapi?
Lazima ushare.
Lazima uulize mtu mwingine and sometimes people think that person will judge. But you might decide to use other ways to tell them the story isiwe ni wewe so that you can get the answers. Choose what you have to get what you don't have.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. That makes sense. Now at least tumepiga your story in case you're in that situation. We are not in that situation in terms of marriage. We are tujafika hapo. But it's good to talk to people who might have been there na maybe unajua kuna kitu tunaweza kuwa tunaiview on our end now because of where they are wana view different as in higher alafu unapata kumbe solution ni kitu kadogo kana so basically ni hiyo just distinguishing that, and if there is an issue settling it like sober people. If mna feel ni kama I come through lazima uongee na msee mwenye yako juu yako. Of course sio sisi sasa sisi tunafaa tukuje kwenu so unaongea na msee yako juu yako akupe idea, not necessarily ya kusaidia hivyo unasema tu just listening to you. It works wonders.
It does.
Even for us who are not there. Any challenge ni una go through na ushare na msee anaweza hata kosa kukuambia cha kufanya lakini amekusikiza tu akamwambia I get it, just that word I get it. You're gonna pull through.
You're gonna
una feel tu kumbe si kitu big.
Hope is the last thing that we should lack.
It's true. It's true. Now tumeongelea kuhusu these two people. Now there's a child involved. Now mental health ya watoi how does it differ from adults now? Do kids have issues with their whatever they are feeding inside here? Do wako happy souls? Where is the difference now between how do children's mental health differ from adults?
as a child, you should, as you're saying that, I was just thinking of my childhood, and I'm like, I used to deal with a lot mentally. Yeah.
Okay.
The separation of parents, things like that. Separation of parents, as we call them, divorce, money issues. The children see these things, that we do not have money. These things, and this child is dependent on you.
100%.
Yeah,
They don't know any
it's
other
dependent.
person.
So your emotions are their emotions. If you're a happy person, they can be happy as well. So a child differs largely because they do not know the world. They are dependent on you to show, or dependent on their friends.
So it's a bit limited kidogo.
It's a bit limited. So if we do not show them the way, or if we do not speak to them, then maybe the bad thing that they are seeing is what they will grow up with.
Okay.
Now that is an issue, because if let's say you were not attentive to your children, and your children now pick up drugs, and you get to learn of it when they're maybe 18, 19. This is a person who will not necessarily listen to you at that age.
Yeah.
Saizi nimekuwa mtu mkubwa. You remember even when you were young, ukifika there is a certain, I think, teenage. Ulikuwa unafikiri unasema hata mimi ni mtu mkubwa. So you can imagine if now you are 18, you have an ID card.
You are able to do your things.
Things become different. So children have different problems. There is peer pressure. There is huyu anafanya. Ako na marafiki wengi, mimi sina. There is also school performance.
Exactly. That's what I went through in school for me.
Yes, performance.
Hey.
There is also acceptance, and I have said home issues. So all this for a child is too much. And I hear, I'm not sure if I'm saying it correct, but we're told that the brain stops maturing at 25. Yeah. So you can imagine if you're still a child, you've just started seeing people being drunk. Then you start now seeing people having sex. These are new experiences every time. Where do I put them as a child? As an adult, you have already experienced it, so you know where to put each and everything that happens. But a child needs to be explained, needs to be talked to,
Guided.
Yes, needs guidance, needs to know, and for us, we have found a way to do that. But a child hasn't. For a child is ni kukula, kulala, na kucheza, na kusoma.
Hata kusoma
sio.
Hiyo ni amasi
tumempeleka. So mtoto tu kulala na kucheza. So sisi tumefind mechanism where we are, and also kucheza pia is a mechanism for them. So if you don't see a child playing, unajua there is something wrong. Maybe alikuwa mtoto playful, saizi ameacha.
Now, kuhusu kucheza, that brings me to something I just think ni weird. Imekuja tu kwa mind yangu sahi. Now, kucheza in terms of uko nje na watoto wengine ama kwa haona. Just siku hizi technology imepanda manze. Sasa sika sisi time yetu kalungulungu uko matope umepiga umeenda sijui wapi, mother anakuja anakupiga ulikuwa umeenda kwa wenyewe wapi. And funny enough, the following day ulisahau ulipigwa. Umerudi huko, and the same cycle. Sometimes I feel now sasa ni wapi? Ni kucheza hapo ama ni kujua whether which works for them, because now at the end of the day ukimzoesha hapo atakuja kwa life na itabidi umeinteract na wase wale yenye iko saa hii. Mtu wangu uwezi kaa solo. Actually hakuna mtu ashaikaa solo. So now kama kucheza ni as long as they're just play.
Yeah, and it's all about how your kid is. Kama ni wewe mtu wa kucheza games, anaweza kuwa sasa hata hataki kuona simu, maybe anataka vitu vingine. It's about understanding. Ana shift, kuna shift kubwa sana between how they were and how they are right now. So then you get to know that kuna shida.
Then that means as a parent ama as a guardian, pia kama hapa hauko poa, hauta notice hizo vitu zina happen. So we need they need or we need to take care of ourselves as well in terms of for the people who are actually looking at up to us in terms of am I sober here? If I'm not, what are my ways to get through it? Because when that happens to my kid, I might not even realize. because na tena ifike place where unasema ushindwe kumcontrol itakuwa
Exactly.
noma sana.
Na hiyo ndio watoto wanabeba throughout their lives, you know. It's usually there's a statement inasemanga hurt people. Hurt people.
Hurt people.
Hurt people.
HURT.
Yes, hurt people.